So going into the main card, the last 4 fights of the card, Tarek Saffiedine versus Rafael dos Anjos.
Which I was excited for.
170. First time seeing Rafael dos Anjos coming up from 155 to 170. And he looked good. Yeah. He looked good.
This was a good fight.
It wasn't
back and forth.
It wasn't like
great.
He's going to be fighting for the title soon.
No.
But it was definitely a solid fight. Saffiedine had his moments. Dos Anjos had more moments.
He had more, so he won.
So he won it. Did it go to a decision on this one? Yeah, it did. But a good fight. I mean, it's pretty. I mean, maybe one round Saffiedine won it.
Yeah, he
right?
did
The first round or
judge.
second round. Yeah, that's right. But pretty dominant performance for Dos Anjos. Good on him. Excited to see him fight.
And so that's another one for you. So that's 3-6.
Tres.
So if you win out, you win, or we tie. Sorry.
Yeah. Well, if knowing the future was possible, I would be hopeful for that.
Wait, why are you?
Dong Young Kim versus Colby Covington. I would just imagine the majority of people that watch this card didn't do it live. Like, if you have Fight Pass and you don't need to watch it live, you're not waking up at 2:30 in the morning.
If you work second shift, maybe.
If you're up in that time, but most people don't just are up at 2:30 in the morning to start. Most people.
No, I'm saying if you work second shift, like say you get off at midnight.
Yeah. Most people aren't starting to watch a fight at 2:30 in the morning unless you live in the
England
UK.
Friends were probably,
but they have no choice because that's when most of the fights take place. But it's on Fight Pass. I don't have to worry about fucking Fox bullshit or pay-per-view bullshit. I just watch it whenever the fuck I want to watch it. So I'd imagine most of their views are coming later, and who knows how many people watched anyway. Dong Young Kim versus Colby Covington. Another grappling event. But
this fight to me was super boring.
Oh yeah, the next one.
The next one is even more boring. Yes.
That's right. Well,
it did
not that the last fight was the most exciting. Yeah. So this card was a good card. Up until the end.
Main card.
Up until the end. The Dos Anjos fight was good.
Yes.
I didn't mind this one because it was grappling, but it was constant movement. It wasn't like the next one where it's just hold and wait and gas. But Dong Young Kim versus Colby Covington. Covington fucked the shit out of him.
Yeah.
Took him down like 30 million times.
Not much actual punching.
Kim didn't
kicking.
have much gas left in the tank, just trying to defend and stay up. So it was a pretty dominant performance from Covington with his wrestling. But it'll be interesting to see him fight somebody that knows how to defend better. Not that Dong Young Kim wasn't. It wasn't like watching the first fight where the other Kim clearly didn't know what she was doing. Like, he was constantly trying to... Yeah, he was constantly trying to get out of it, constantly trying to get out.
Kept getting it.
Yeah. But also he's constantly getting taken down. Yeah. So it's like he was on the wrong end of those exchanges. But decently exciting considering it was a decision grappling heavy fight.
Yes.
But moving on, good win for Covington. Moving on to the heavyweight fight, another heavyweight fight. Andrei Arlovsky versus Marcin Tybura.
You picked Tybura.
I did. I picked Tybura 1 and Tybura 2.
And in the last fight, I had to actually pick Kim. So you won the last one, which made it 4-6.
Yeah.
And then this one, you picked Tybura, and Tybura won.
Yeah. So this was... Tybura was dominating most of the first round until Andre got up and kind of threw some punches at the end.
And rocked. And I thought, okay.
Yeah. He did. But then right at the belt, the end of the first round, they both straight arms on the cage, exhausted. So the rest of the fight is like watching a heavyweight fight at altitude.
Yeah.
But it's just
a
regular
up against the fence.
A lot of big rig Johnny Hendricks kind of just holding on the fence
and then
not taking anybody down.
Tybura gets him down.
He was able to get him down and get on mount again and kind of just
lands a lot of
stay
shots.
on top. Yeah.
And then ekes out a decision.
Yeah. I aside from like the first round, maybe the second round, I don't know. It's Tybura won it. Didn't cardio, bro, cardio, but
So
it
now
was grappling heavy. So
now for a tie, it all comes down to the
all
last
comes down to the superstar Holly Holm versus I got no titties, best CORREIA, but my chest is sticking out like they are so big.
back
This
arch.
was a nothing fight. Nothing
Terrible.
happened.
It was fucking
There was
terrible.
like 2 strikes in the first round. Maybe a couple strikes in the second round. I think there was more engagement in the second round.
At the very end.
I mean, compared
maybe.
to nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, and then, but the third round there was only one kick really. Nothing happened in the third round until Betch just like did her like taunting dance, and then got kicked in the head.
Kick me and in my head because we had both known
the
results.
the GIF that I saw everywhere was from her starting the dance to her getting the fight stopped.
and I didn't at all.
Yeah. So I knew exactly when it happened.
I go,
yeah.
oh, I really hope she gets kicked in the head right after doing this.
Yeah, when you were saying that, it was like this where the clip started when she starts dancing.
Yeah.
And it was, I mean, the second most impressive win for Holly Holm. Her only impressive win being her win against Ronda Rousey, who, you know,
she had a couple knockouts and
I want to see her
on Access TV or whatever.
Oh, wow. I want to see her record because it just seems like she never fucking did shit.
10-3.
I don't give a shit about. I want to say decisions versus actually knocking people out.
It's boxing.
Oh. So I mean, she hasn't won in a while. So she beat Ronda Rousey KO decision. Okay, she got so in Legacy she KO'd somebody, head kick. Decision, KO, body kick, Legacy.
KO,
TKO. So
she's
only
tearing it up before she got in the UFC.
Sure,
and then
sure. I don't know a lot of female fighters coming out
and
of
then
Legacy.
Split decision.
Yeah.
And then head kicks Ronda Rousey.
Yeah.
So up to there, that's great.
She only fought twice before she fought for the title.
Yeah.
Both fights were boring decision. They were not fun. Those were her fight. Like what we saw today
I agree.
was her style of fighting.
I'm not defending her. Like,
but it's like it's her only. I mean, I don't know about her KOs, but as far as in the UFC, this is her second most impressive fight.
So
and her only second.
Let's
KO.
say Amanda Nunes wins her next fight against Shevchenko.
Yeah. Holly Holm's nowhere near fighting for a belt right now.
Who else?
She lost. She just won after losing 3. She can fight.
But I'm saying,
let's go to the rankings.
There isn't.
Yeah, there is. At 135.
Is there?
Yeah. Pena. She can fight Pena. Pena's just came off a loss to the person fighting for the belt. Pena's right in the mix. If she beats Pena, then she deserves a belt.
But if Pena's last fight was a loss, then
But she was on a run before that. She wasn't on a 3-fight losing streak. Completely different.
I know.
She needs to work her way back up.
But
Yeah.
in this UFC, in this day and age, where it's all about.
But I'm saying,
But
I don't want to see her fight for a title right now. If anything, she fights the loser of whoever fights for the title, and then somebody else fights the belt. But I do not want to see her fighting for. I mean, if it happens, it happens. The fucking sport's whatever. It's they do whatever the fuck they want to do. I mean, Conor McGregor's fighting Floyd Mayweather, which I'm glad it's happening, so people can stop talking about it.
It's me too. I'm so tired of even hearing about
Fuck.
that.
Why is it this bullshit? Like fucking.
What's going on here?
Where are the fucking rankings?
I don't think that you're.
Oh, fucking results. All right, UFC rankings.
Yeah, I just don't think there's a lot of people in this division. What the shit?
All right, bantamweight. So Shevchenko's fighting Nunes, Pena, Rousey's gone, Raquel Pennington, Sarah McMahon, Kat Zingano. She can fight any of these people. I don't know why she's ranked 5. I have no idea why she's ranked 5.
How's Carmouche even still ranked 8th?
but I'm still. I mean, sure. Liz Carmouche has only lost twice in the UFC. She's not coming off of 3 losses. I mean, granted, she's only had 2 fights.
It says women's featherweight next, and no rankings available
because they're doing the show. They're doing a Ultimate Fighter to populate it, so they're not.
But Durandamy pretty much had to give up her belt.
Oh, featherweight.
Yeah.
Sure, but like, who are you going to list in featherweight? There are no real featherweights. It would just be Cyborg.
They have a champion.
Sure, okay, Cyborg and Durandamy. Like nobody, like Holly Holm's not a 145er. I mean, she can fight, quotes fight. But there's a lot of fights for her. I would rather see Holly Holm fight McMahon, Zingano, Carmouche, fucking even Alexis Davis. She just beat Correia. Good job. You beat like somebody that you should have had no problem beating.
I'm not calling for that fight. I'm saying the UFC sees a marketable person.
She's not a superstar, bro. She's not a superstar at all.
Off of that one kick, yes.
No, she's not at all. You can't get a kick and then like lose 3 times, like, and then still be like, she's not drawing shit. Guaranteed. This clip, like I can tell, the big fighters in the UFC, she's not going to spike our numbers.
No,
she's on Fight Pass for a reason. It's not to draw people to buy Fight Pass. With you. She's not a superstar. People call her a superstar, but she's not a superstar. She's not. She doesn't fight exciting. I
agree with you.
But you're using the term like you think she's a superstar.
No, I'm not.
You just said she was a superstar.
No, I'm saying
or a draw. I'm sorry.
The new UFC.
Yeah, she's not a big draw though. What did she sell? She was on the freest of free shit.
More than those other girls.
No way. I'm way more excited to see.
Head kick.
I'm way more excited to see Pena.
I'm way more excited to see all those.
I'm talking about marketable. Pena's way more marketable. No. She has a fucking personality.
She never knocked out Ronda Rousey.
So what? Like,
exactly.
Doesn't mean shit
to the regular person.
Okay,
that means
Amanda
a lot.
Nunes isn't a fucking big draw because she destroyed Ronda Rousey. Yeah. She's not a big draw. She's a champ, but she's not a big draw. Holly Holm's not a big
she's
draw.
A bigger draw than
Juliana Pena is a bigger draw. No. Juliana Pena is a bigger draw. Raquel Pennington's probably a bigger draw. And then, whatever. But there's not a lot of big draws in the UFC in general. But Holly Holm's not like, she's not a needle mover. She would have to at least fight exciting because she's not exciting outside of the ring. She's the most vanilla across the board.
I agree with you, but I'm saying these people running the company
know what numbers she brings in. No,
they don't care about that.
That's all they run. They have departments searching analytics of shit.
They know about.
There's a reason she's not headlining a pay-per-view.
People know her name because she knocked out Ronda Rousey. People don't know who the fuck Raquel Pennington is.
Right.
People don't know who the fuck Juliana Pena is. But people know her name.
Sure.
That's all that matters to them is name recognition.
It's not. Because if it did, then they would have used her to make more money. They're not making money putting her headlining a fucking Fight Pass card. They know what they're doing. They know she's not a big draw. Same thing with fucking Mighty Mouse. He's not headlining pay-per-views because he's not a big draw.
Yeah.
She's not a big draw. She's nothing she does. At least Mighty Mouse fights exciting.
This whole thing from the side of what I think WME is going to do.
Yeah, but your assumption of what they're going to do is based on like your guess that they think name recognition based on nothing. They have all the numbers.
Based on nothing?
You don't know what their numbers are. You don't know.
Based on the fact that once they took over, they made a fight like Dan Henderson and Michael Bisping for the championship.
Yeah, that makes. You were excited to watch that. You thought Dan Henderson was going to beat up Michael Bisping because you don't like Michael Bisping. Dan Henderson
did beat up Michael Bisping.
Yeah, but he lost the fight though.
He did lose the fight, but he did beat the fuck out of Michael Bisping.
That's not a fight people were whining about. Is people in the division were whining about. Fans weren't whining about it because they know the fans wanted it. That's why McGregor versus Mayweather's a thing.
Yeah.
Because numbers, not because name recognition.
I'm not arguing for Holly Holm being but she is a name.
But
people recognize her name
isn't as valuable as it was when she knocked out. She's done bad things for her name.
She has.
So she's not. She's.
But people
it's
still
tough,
don't know those other names.
If Conor McGregor had went on a 3-fight losing streak,
Conor McGregor was still Conor
look
McGregor
at Ronda
after
Rousey.
losing.
Look at Ronda Rousey.
To Nate
2-fight
Diaz.
losing streak. She retired. She could still sell shit. Sure, because she's like she got to a level that
if she came back,
she got
next
to a level
fight card that shit would sell.
Sure,
out.
but she got to a level that only Conor has gotten to. Like no other. Maybe like Brock Lesnar. Like they stretched like way more than the UFC audience.
Yeah,
she's not stretching anywhere.
I agree.
No, I'm just saying from the WME IMG thing.
I think
they have made enough money that they know what the numbers are, and there's a reason they booked her to headline a card that's not bringing in money for them because they know she's not a money draw.
But they set her up with someone who they thought that she could probably head kick.
Yeah, they said. Well, they like her as an athlete in the UFC.
She's marketable.
Oh, no, here's the thing. She needs to do something exciting. She can't just be a name. A name doesn't get you very far.
I agree.
Conor McGregor isn't just a name. He finishes people. He's exciting to watch. He's exciting to listen to. John Jones isn't a name. He's a name because he's exciting to watch. Her name.
John Jones is more of a name, ironically, because of all the trouble he's got in. Then
doesn't help. But as far as his career in the UFC,
is the best.
As far as there's career in the UFC, he brings something to the table that draws eyes. The only thing she's done was head kick Ronda Rousey. Ronda Rousey's disappeared. If Ronda Rousey was still in the sport and Miesha Tate and they had that thing, then she could have built up her name.
But when she head kicked Ronda Rousey,
sure.
Ronda Rousey was God.
Sure.
So she dethroned God, so people know her name.
Sure.
She may have fallen on
but
hard
people
times,
aren't.
But again,
how many Ronda Rousey fans?
Right,
how many Ronda Rousey fans? Right, the name that people remember her for are going to be. Oh, I'm excited to watch the person that knocked out my favorite fighter and's gone on a 3-fight losing streak.
But
that's the name.
She redeemed herself with another head kick. That's
against
what I'm saying.
Against like the easiest person to beat. Like her losing to this. I know. I agree. She still could have lost this fight. It could have. If she didn't hit that head kick,
there was nothing that
it could have gone to a
head
decision,
kick. Yeah.
and she could have lost.
Yeah,
because sometimes she loses
decisions.
I know. So it's like, I don't know. She had an opportunity. She had an opportunity, but it's been squandered. It's not the opportunity it once was. You can't have that same opportunity.
I agree. But I'm saying I still think that they would try to ride that wave. They would
love to. Don't get me wrong. They would love to.
That's what
but
I'm
they
saying.
have nothing what are they going to promote? What are they promoting? How many highlights? I mean, she has one kick in this. Okay.
Hey, they'll play some legacy shit or something.
Yeah, but it's like she has nothing to promote. What are you going to send her to events? What is she going to do? Hey, I'm Holly Holm. How are you doing?
You remember when I murdered Ronda Rousey?
Boring as fuck.
Yeah.
She wouldn't even say that. She'd be like, "Oh, I'm just so happy to be here. It's been so much fun. I love being here. It's like nice weather. It's fine. Thank you." She'd just be sweet. She wouldn't. She's boring as fuck.
I agree.
She's never. She needs to. She needs to knock out Conor McGregor to have any chance at having a name. If that's how she builds her brand,
how funny would that be? Like she just randomly comes up.
She would be
sucker punches Conor McGregor out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Like the preacher's daughter.
Yeah.
That's her fucking moniker. That's her nickname and everything. And then she runs up on Conor McGregor out of nowhere and sucker punches him, knocks him out.
Yeah.
And then just stands over him and it's like, "What the fuck? What the fuck do you just think happened?"
No, she would just go kneel down and cry and like.
That's what I'm saying.
And then do a flip.
No, I think she should just turn heel and be like, "I'm not the preacher's daughter anymore."
You can't just like pretend to be a bad guy.
Throws up the devil horns.
Either you're an asshole. She's boring. She can't
like
be entertaining.
666.
There's no way she could be entertaining. There's nothing to fix her. She would have to completely change her fighting style to be exciting or head kick everybody. This is what she does.
Boring, most exciting ending.
You know, the more exciting fight that she was in was when she fought Miesha Tate, but that's only because Miesha Tate was constantly trying, and then Miesha Tate ended up winning it. But she wanted to just avoid
killing Miesha
She wanted
Tate
to because she was countering her, but she was still avoiding shit. It was still, I mean, it was more exciting. It's probably the most exciting fight she's been in, as far as like competitive fight. But yeah, I don't know. Holly Holm's overrated. Betch Correia rated about where she should be. I was expecting not much from her. But I don't mind seeing Holly Holm fight in the division. I don't want her to see her fight for a belt, but there's plenty of people she could fight that I'm cool with.
I agree.
I'm totally cool with.
But
and those are more exciting matchups anyway.
My mental argument was that WME, I believe, would
if
put
she
her
was
next.
a name, then yeah. And if she had just
but
had
she
a
has
loss,
more
one
of a name
loss,
than
Pena
any of the
has
other
more.
girls.
Here's the thing: Pena has a better name because she has a personality. She's had the law shit.
But
but that's something to promote. You can't just promote a name.
Only you and I have seen all those things because we watch all those
neither
things.
of these people are
But
transcending.
people know her name.
But they're not tuning into her fights. They may
They're
know
not.
her name, so that's
But they know-
it's useless. It's
But
useless then.
knowing your name
No.
versus not knowing your name.
Just knowing somebody. Okay, I know that Scientology is a thing. I know that like fucking that those movies that exist. Like I know those things exist. That's a big name. But just because I know it's a big name doesn't mean it's a big draw.
It's a bigger draw than let's say Pastafarians or
Juliana Pena has more things to promote, and she's more exciting inside the cage and outside the cage, and she's building a name.
and that's up to the UFC to fucking promote her like that, but they haven't so far.
First off, we don't see a lot of commercials and promotions, so I don't know what they're doing with these fighters. I do know how they book these fighters, and that says a lot. It says a lot that Demetrius is not a draw, is not a name, because he's not headlining pay-per-views. Otherwise, they would, and he'd be getting paid a lot more. Holly Holm is clearly not a draw. They know she's not a draw. That's why they don't have no problem putting her at a Fight Pass main event against somebody that hopefully she could turn her career around. But she would have been at least, if they wanted to build her name, they would have put her on a Fox card. Something that gets a lot of just general eyeballs, like they've been trying to do with DJ, and it just doesn't work because he's the most dominant fighter in the league probably we've ever seen. Right, weak division potentially, but whatever. Arguably,
One more
arguably
fight, and he
pound
has
for
the
pound.
record.
Yeah, which I want to see him have a fight, not a Betch Correia just to like get the number. But I still arguably one of the best fighters to ever enter the octagon.
Yes,
not a draw.
Not at all.
More draw than her, because at least he has a belt.
I would much rather watch DJ fight than Holly Holm
for
any
sure.
day.
And they know that. The numbers will show that, guaranteed. I mean, it's just like MMA fighting, they know the popular fighters because all the interviews, they know what interviews get the most hits.
Yeah.
So, and it's exponentially different. Like, there's no fighter other than fucking BJ Penn so far, Ronda Rousey, and Conor McGregor.
It's BJPenn.com.
That spike the numbers. Yeah. But
you have to say his full name. BJPenn.com.
Please retire BJPenn.
.com.
.org. But anyway, boring fight. Not excited. Holly Holm. Hope she doesn't get a belt chance. She needs to win a few fights. Like, just for...
I agree.
If she was famous and there was any kind of storyline with her and Nunes, which there is not at all.
Ooh, maybe she could go like straight
So
like Westboro
there's like
Baptist.
nothing.
Like Preacher's Daughter, like gay people
Sure.
are an
Should be like,
abomination. and then Amanda
Yoel
Nunes is
Romero.
like, oh shit. Like, I'm gay as fuck, so I'm gonna beat your ass.
Yeah, but that would be something interesting. You're making up things that would make Holly Holm interesting and marketable that she will never do.
True, because she's too nice.
She's just vanilla across the board. Yeah. Everything about
Brian
vanilla as fuck.
The fuck out of
Brian
life.
Stan at least has like the army, the military thing, which is kind of something for John Anik to suck on. But Holly Holm,
greatest living American.
It's like everybody like loves Holly Holm because she's nice, apparently, which is clearly she seems like the nicest person. Most vanilla people are pretty nice.
Yeah,
that's why they're vanilla. Rocky Road, not the ice cream I would describe a nice person, which is fine, but it's kind of like the DC universe. Like, oh, it's finally they made a decent movie, so it's like the best thing ever. It's like, no,